You're sitting in a meeting. A colleague makes some minor comment about your project, and before you can stop yourself, you snap. Later, you replay the moment and wonder why a tiny remark caused such a disproportionate reaction. These unpredictable spikes happen because most of us process feelings on autopilot. We are reacting to internal triggers that we haven't yet identified or categorized. To stop reacting blindly, you need a system. We are going to build a functional emotional check-in tool using a simple spreadsheet or a physical notebook. This system creates look, your inner strength. It is the psychological foundation required to observe your feelings without being immediately controlled by them. Developing this self-awareness is the first step of self-leadership. Managing your own internal state is the baseline requirement you must meet before you can effectively navigate the needs and reactions of other people. Step 1 requires changing how you label your experience. Most people confuse a temporary feeling with their permanent identity, saying things like, "I am an angry person," rather than, "I am experiencing anger." To gain control, you must reframe your emotions strictly as raw data, or 資料庫. This chart shows emotions as neutral information packets. Your brain is just delivering a report to a stimulus. When an emotion arrives, acknowledge it as data and sort it into the system. You train yourself to receive information without the obligation to act immediately. High-intensity moments are the worst times to analyze data. Wait until the physical sensation passes and your mind clears before beginning the logging process. Detaching your identity from the emotion removes its ability to force an instinctive physical response. Now, let's build the technical side of the system. Open your preferred spreadsheet or physical notebook. Begin with the baseline data. Set up your first 2 columns, the date and time of the event and the specific emotion you felt. Column 3 is the trigger, or nol. This identifies the exact external event sparking the feeling. Column 4 tracks your resulting behavior, labeled My Reaction. In this example, log a Tuesday afternoon meeting. The emotion is frustration. The trigger is an interrupting colleague, and the reaction is a verbal snap. After logging for 7 days, visible patterns will emerge. You will see exactly which actions trigger your recurring emotional states. This tracking process moves your emotional life from unpredictable chaos into a structured, manageable framework. When you identify a recurring trigger, use an emotion journal to analyze past the event itself. This illustrates the iceberg principle, or nguyên lý đang bong chim. The tip above water is the surface-level trigger and your visible reaction. To find the driver, look below the surface. Did the trigger threaten your ego, cross a boundary, or activate a specific fear? The journal maps these submerged layers, identifying the subconscious beliefs, giving the surface trigger its power. This makes the journal a diagnostic tool. Surface-level anger is rarely about the interrupting colleague. It is usually driven by a deeper, unaddressed fear. Once you understand your own mechanics, you can apply this logic to the people around you. Instead of taking behavior personally, recognize they are currently being hijacked by their own invisible triggers. This is the practical application of Hiểu, quay. Understand yourself to understand others. You have a map of your iceberg. The person you are dealing with does not. Their underwater layers are obscured. By understanding your hidden layers, you infer theirs. You stop being defensive, recognizing the structural mechanics driving their outbursts. Empathy becomes a systematic recognition of shared human mechanics. You are analyzing the structural reality of the hidden iceberg rather than guessing at a feeling. You have now built a functional emotional check-in system. You have the tools to identify raw data and analyze its subconscious roots. By taking your reactions off of autopilot, you are building your lik, or inner strength. This internal strength functions like the roots of a tree. These roots remain unseen, providing the stability needed to withstand a storm. For you, this foundation is what allows you to keep learning and growing even when your environment becomes volatile. Strengthening your own roots ensures that you can weather emotional storms without losing your footing, eventually allowing you to provide support for the people around you. Start your first log today. Open a spreadsheet, create your 4 tracking columns, and record your first emotional check-in.